It's Ian with Meika's Birdhouse here, and I'm just introducing Totally Organics pellets that are available here at Meika's Birdhouse in Sherwood Park. You want to get a hold of us, it's meikasbirdhouse.com, or you can reach me at the store, 780-416-44.
It's the Meika's Safehouse show on the Pet Channel on TVU with your host, Ian Sprague. How you doing, Ian?
I'm doing awesome, James. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. We have a new kind of setting here. What's going on?
Yeah, well, today we're at the aviaries. I just wanted to show you a couple things in this aviary, and then this aviary that's right behind me. There's a whole story about. I'll go into that, but first I'm going to introduce you to a couple of the chatterboxes here. This is Beaky and Buddy, so I'm gonna go right in.
Okay. Sounds good.
Easier just to go right inside there. This is Beaky and Buddy.
Hello.
Two Amazon
Are you
parrots. Yeah, I'm not hungry. Are you hungry? Yeah. Beaky is the yellow-naped Amazon that's closest to us, and the next one, Buddy, the one is a double yellow-headed Amazon. Both these Safehouse birds. They come out to enjoy some sun. Yeah? Woo woo woo! Are you hungry?
Are you hungry?
Yeah. Oh.
Are you hungry?
Yeah. Good bird. All right. We'll see these guys in a little bit. They get a little bit rammy. All right. What are you doing? All right. GoPro, stop recording. Can hear them already.
Oh, they're happy, hey?
Oh yeah, they like it out here. Hey guys! So I'm just gonna turn you around.
Sure.
Hey guys! What do you got? Yeah. That's it. Hey! You see the telephone? Yeah.
That's something.
So this guy here, the green guy.
Oh my God!
Yeah. They're not gonna let me get a word in edgewise. But this is Buddy, Beaky, sorry. He's a yellow-naped Amazon. And his buddy over here is Buddy. He's a double yellow-headed Amazon. I gotta let Janine in, hold on. We have double doors on these, and it's if I'm in here, Janine can't get in, so I gotta let her in.
Right.
There we go. There. Is there a way to turn the camera around, do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, good to see you.
Right there. Right there at the top. Much easier. Now I can see what I'm showing you.
Yeah, and turn it landscape. Turn the bottom right of the camera up. There you go.
There, that makes it a little bit better.
Yes.
Yay! You get some more water? Yeah, there. These guys, these guys are Amazon parrots. They're very, very talkative. Depending what, like, if you were going to talk about their natural range, Beaky is from more South America. His numbers in certain parts of his range are not doing very well. In other parts, they're okay. They're stable. Buddy, the double yellow-headed Amazon, is he's more Central America, and he's endangered pretty much everywhere. So yeah, so these guys are fun guys. They're very very talkative. When they're all fired up like this, it's a good idea not to get your hands too close because they do get excited.
Now are these birds the same species? Like, can they have offspring?
No,
They can't.
this is a yellow-naped Amazon right here, and this is a yellow-headed Amazon.
And
so two different species, very similar, but two different species and two different habitats that they live in.
Wow.
Yeah, but very cool birds.
They can obviously talk to each other. They're communicating quite in depthly here. So
talk to everybody. There's another Amazon that they live near, in the house, and her name's Zara, and she's a blue-fronted Amazon. Again, another species, but she's picked up quite a bit of this stuff too. And she's also picked up the macaws. The macaws, they always ring a phone and make it sound like the phone's ringing. And they learn off each other. They feed off each other. Yeah. Oh, there's the macaws. They heard you talking about them.
Oh, that's it's interesting. Now, how long will you leave them in these enclosures?
Well, they're out here during the day.
Okay.
And then at night they go into the house. We don't want to get our neighbors too fired up. You know, we're very lucky here. We have very good neighbors. They're not bothered by this too much. Yeah. But we don't want to push our luck either. So we don't bring these guys out before 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it's 8 o'clock at night they're back in the house. We don't want anybody upset.
Yeah. Now, the other wildlife, the other birds and stuff, like how do they respond to that enclosure?
In this is our old enclosure. We've had owls sitting on top. There's a big spruce tree right beside it, so we've had owls sitting on top, kind of looking on in. So when we had some of the smaller parrots in here, yeah, we keep a very, very close eye on that. The crows and the magpies, they're funny to watch because they drop things on top of the aviary just to see, yeah, well, if you look up at the roof, here's the roof. And so that's just they have a couple boards here just so but you'll see every now and then you'll see sticks and stuff that the crows and the magpies have dropped down on top of the aviary, they're just playing with the birds. They're trying to see if they can what they're all about.
What they're all about, yeah. What the the enclosure is, right? Because they're interested.
They're working it out, and there a lot of times there's food in here too, right? So
what about cats and like the local weasels and stuff? Are they coming around or what?
No weasels, but we do get cats once in a while. And we always ask that it's always a big thing that the cats stay in their their homes.
Right.
And then so the cats shouldn't be free roaming, but because it's hard on our wildlife as well. Yeah. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get out of this aviary if Janine unlocks the door.
Okay.
She's got me locked in.
Yeah.
There we are. We won't let me out of this one. Like I say, everything's double doored here, so
it's fantastic. It's so interesting.
Yeah, we make sure that everything's secure when we're not in there. So this is our original aviary. We had there was a family that came from Australia. They were on a teacher exchange program, and he built these things in Australia for I think for chickens. And we told him we wanted to build one out here, and he came over and he said, "You buy the materials and I'll bang it together." And that's how the first one came a being.
The Cruitt cage.
The Cruitt, yeah, we call it the Cruitt 3000. They built this thing in about, they built this in about. It was amazing how fast they put it together.
That's so good.
Now this one here, this aviary here, this is a bigger one.
It's a newer one.
Yes, and it's newer. We call this one the Alex. And now Janine's dragging me around so you can see it all. So you can see it's got a double door, and it's made out of basically a gazebo.
Yeah.
Now the story behind this one is that a young girl that used to volunteer with us, her name's Alex, and she was I guess autistic. She had mentally handicapped or.
Yep.
Go inside a little bit easier. She loved birds, and I mean lovebirds. It was always a good thing. Unfortunately, Alex passed away 2 years ago now, and when she passed away, she asked, instead of sending flowers and all that kind of stuff, is to make a donation to Meika's to build this aviary. And so with the money that came from that, this is how we got the Alex. And so there's Tico and Eleanor. You guys met them. Yeah. So
this is Tico and Eleanor.
Yeah, those guys before.
Yeah.
And you'll see a couple little sparrows flying around in here. These sparrows were brought to us. They were nestlings, and they unfortunately they were in I don't know if they were in a tree or in an eavesdrop or something. But the guys who did the work pulled the whole nest out, and of course then they had these baby birds. They didn't know what to do, so they brought them here. We hand fed them for a little bit, and we brought them out to this aviary just to get them used to being outside. And you know, they're going to be released here probably by the end of this week. Just leave the door open one evening and food outside for them so they can come back to it. So yeah, this is the big Alex. This aviary, we can keep any size of bird in here. So anything from the big macaws all the way down to sparrows if you wanted to.
Well, it's built really well because
generally we don't.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You'll have to stand outside because the amount of screens are literally blocking the Wi-Fi stream of your video. So it's quite.
Oh, we're breaking up. Okay.
Yeah, because it's built so well, right? It's like almost a metal building. It's awesome.
It is.
It's too bad because I really like Tivo and Eleanor. They're very interesting birds. So.
Yeah, but it is well built, and it's been a real godsend for us. It's helped us immensely. Just since we've had it, we've been able to do a lot of things.
How many birds do you have right now that you're taking care of?
Right now, I'm not sure. What are we, about 30? 35 birds. A lot of those guys are smaller, budgies and finches.
How many are ready for adoption?
Quite a few.
Ready for adoption, I would say probably 30 of that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, it's time. So any new characters to introduce us to today? Because we've met them. I guess we met the other two. That was the first time we've seen them.
Yeah, Meika and Buddy, both of those guys are available.
Yeah.
We have a Goffins, but
and we have a Goffins cockatoo. Of course, she's not here.
Yeah, we'll do him tomorrow.
I'll do it
next week.
Next week. We'll show you the Goffins cockatoo. And yeah.
Okay. And anything news in the parrot world?
No, everything's still pretty locked down because of the COVID and everything. So.
Okay. And then on the wild bird side, we had the wild bird special, and then Janae and Lou got their show off, and you saw how we had Meika's Birdhouse as the sponsor. Did you see the show or no?
I did. I saw it. It was good.
Good.
It was good. I wanted to try to. I tried to do some snippets for you. The other day with just because the Wildlife Festival for Wild North was going on on Saturday.
Okay.
But it didn't work out. But it
didn't work. You got to go either to Walmart or the dollar store and get a selfie stick, and then you can. Yeah, they work really well, right? So they get the good snips. Well, that's very interesting. So then, these birds here that you have in the aviary, they could fly. They could literally fly away. Okay. Yeah, they're not clipped. Yeah, they're not clipped or anything. They can go. So
they could go. You bet.
Okay.
And would.
And would. Even the big red ones, they would go like Tivo and Eleanor.
The thing is with these guys is that they're not as strong as they think they are.
Oh, okay.
Right, so they would maybe say, "Oh, I'm just going to fly over here to this tree." But by the time they get there and the wind blows a little bit, next thing you know, they're gone. You know, so
yeah, they're not used to the long-term flying, and they're very colorful. So if the night owls are waking up to see them, you know what I mean. So that says something when you got an owl in the middle of the day. that they're they're part of the environment there. So, and you said the neighbors are good and they enjoy them, and
yeah, for the most part, I think is we're pretty conscious about if it does get a little too wild going on here, we shut it down pretty quickly because we don't want to have any complaints.
Mm-hmm.
it's so interesting that these two little guys here that you just introduced us to, that you're showing us, they're actually they're like pals, they're friends, they're standing so close together, even though they're different species. So they do accept other species into their flock, and
Absolutely.
And they're gently communicating with each other. It's so interesting.
Yeah, they're constantly, it sounds like growling. I like to say purring, but it might be growling. But they're always grunting and growling and making small vocalizations back and forth to one another.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little bit different because if you look at how they interact, they're not actually physically touching each other.
No.
But constantly reassuring each other with those noises.
That they're good. Yeah, that everything's good, and that's good. Janae said something interesting, and also the director of the Museum of Paleontology in Drumheller. I interviewed her. Now I can't remember the name of the museum. I apologize. Yeah. But either way, T-Rel Museum of Paleontology, and she alluded that dinosaurs are the ancestors of birds, and I said I believed it. Not that I know, but I believe that. And then Janae said the same thing. She's convinced. Like, she said a very direct statement. And then seeing their vocalizations and how sophisticated they communicate, it adds such insight into that ancient bygone world, and how alive with sound it would be, and their vocalizations would be very similar, I would say, if that is the case. So
well, that's a good you know what I'll do is I'll take some video of the chickens and I'll send it to you during the week here, because if you watch the way the chickens run around, just when they're doing things, and you watch how they move, and you that's a T-Rex.
And it's funny that you say that, because just right when you said that, I forgot that I read a study that they actually think that they are T-Rex, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. You look at their DNA, their whole structure.
Yeah. And hopefully they're not tinkering away and they create. Now we got this 30-foot tall chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they would act a lot differently. What a great show! What an interesting view into your great work there. So thank you, Ian, and thank you, Janine. That was so good. So Meika, and this is actually the Safehouse. This is Meika's Safehouse live and now streaming
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yes, on the Pet Channel on TVU with your host Ian Sprague and his dear wife and partner and life partner and business partner, Janine.
Yeah. Janine, you bet.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Yes, we'll see you next week.
So it's Ian over at Meika's Safehouse again. I just wanted to show you a couple of the aviaries. That's the original aviary, the one that Pickle's in right now. You can see Pickle. I'll just get a little closer. There's Pickle, yellow-crowned Amazon. Trying to figure out everything in the aviary. All right. And then if you come over here, this is the other aviary. And we call this one the Alex. This aviary is built in the memory of a girl that we knew when she passed away. She had funds from donated in lieu of flowers to Meika's Safehouse, and with that money we built an aviary, and we call it the Alex. And it's quite a bit bigger. It has a smaller mesh. So that we can put smaller birds in here. And right now, I don't know where they're at. We have 2 fledgling sparrows in here. We're doing a soft release. They're going to be released back. Let's see, we got a double door here. They're going to be released back outside as soon as they are fully ready. Let's see here. There they are. And they are... I won't get too close because we'll scare them. There they are, they're hiding there. Yeah, so they are just getting used to flying around. And once their beak, I think, darkens up a little bit, they will be ready to go. They are just figuring life out on their own. They can fly, see? There we go. Good guys. Good job, guys. All right, we're just waiting for their beak to darken up. All right. But yeah, so this is the Alex. Normally, we would have bigger birds in here, but until these guys are ready to go, we're going to leave it for them. They should be ready to go in the next little bit. It won't be very long. All right, so that's it from Safehouse. All right, we'll talk to you later. This is Meika's Safehouse for TVU on the Pet Channel. GoPro, stop recording. This is showing off a foraging toy from for your parrots. You can find this exclusively at Meika's Birdhouse in Sherwood Park. 780-416-4435.